welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Trenches. We are here to talk about week 3 of the NFL season. Here to give you all of our thoughts, all of our reviews, and give our predictions to week 4. Of course, I couldn't do this without my usual team to give all of our facts and opinions. First up, but not last up, the right-hand man, my man Daryl. What's good, Daryl?
What up, Mike? Back at it another week. A lot of stuff happened. About to break it all down again.
Okay. Next man, hopefully he can keep his emotions under control. My man Jordan. What's up, Jordan?
I'm doing great. Another W in the win column. I'm feeling great.
All right. And a blast from the past. A special guest in the building. My man Toby. What's good, Toby?
Mike for this, man. What's up, man? Happy to be on. Steelers Nation. Let's go.
Let's start up, man. Let's take it back. Thursday night football. Bills remain undefeated with the win over the Dolphins. In a game that, at the end Tua became Tua. But Daryl, what are your thoughts on that game, man?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a blowout right from the beginning, but Dolphins, they showed life. They showed fight. They was actually executing on offense. Tua was making the right decision, making the right throws. They were getting some runs in with Achane. So it looked good. It was competitive like throughout the first half for sure. But then reality set in real quick. Josh Allen, another perfect game, flawless. He's still doing a great job taking care of the ball. 3 touchdowns, only 6 incompletions. James Cook, he's one of the top running backs this year, just breaking off big runs each week, seems like. And they got a plethora of receivers. Like I think said this in the chat. They're just like the Packers, they don't really need a number one option. I feel like that kind of has been helping them like ever since getting rid of Stephon Diggs, taking Allen focus off just one guy and have him just work the field and work what defense gives them. They've been on track on this pace ever since. So they were able to take care of business at second half. Once reality set in, I guess they kind of weighed down the Dolphins, and then when it came crunch time, Tua was doing Tua shit. So just to take Bills taking care of business really is what I took away from this game. Dolphins, this regime is over at this point. Like they're going to be like kind of like with the Cardinals as far as the rebuild. They're going to be rebuilding everywhere else except for the quarterback because of the contract. They can't get away from it. But as far as the head coach, GM, they're gone. I think Hill and Waddle are gone either before the end of the year or before the next draft. And there's going to be rebuilding that every other area until they can get rid of or find something to do with that quarterback contract. But unfortunately, that's the road they headed on. I think 2 years ago was like their best shot of doing anything, but I feel like they were throughout that year they were like the top of their division, but towards the end they kind of fell off and they let Bills win in that division. They had to go on the road in the cold and to play a playoff game, but I feel like that was their peak and they wasn't able to take care of business. But they're going to be headed to a rebuild. But it was good to see Bills just settle in and take care of business at the end.
All right, Toby, your thoughts on the Thursday night game, Bills and Dolphins.
Bills and Dolphins. Dolphins. I think Daryl said earlier, like he thought it was going to be a blowout, and I thought it was going to be a blowout too. But Miami competed. I don't think they're the type of team to roll over, even though they do get their ass kicked sometimes. And it's a division rival as well, so you got to think about that. So their games are, either blowouts or close, and this one just happened to be close. But what I expected was what happened. Bills were eventually going to win the game. James Cook starting off hot, like Daryl said earlier. He's one of the best running backs in the league. He's probably in his peak now. It's crazy. Him and his brother were both. We could say they were both kind of elite at one time. Very elite at one time, man. We'll see how the season goes for him. But right now, he's having a great start and getting into good conversations. But Miami Dolphins. The time has been up. I'm trying to get Tyreek Hill to the Steelers if that's possible. Let's do another trade. It feels like us and the Miami Dolphins got a good relationship. We made a lot of trades over the last couple of years. So, let's get Tyreek Hill, we give them something and, try to make this charge, with A-Rod. But, Tua's Tua. I never believed in Tua. I remember me and Jordan used to go back and forth this for years, him and Herbert. And, Herbert broke my heart last year with his performance, but Tua's still looking worse. Like, I don't want Tua. I knew there was never going to be a real threat with Tua as a quarterback. But overall, the result is what I expected at the end of the day.
Jordan, what's your thoughts on the game and that and those quarterbacks?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I expected the Bills to win. I came into the game thinking that it was going to be a shootout. I didn't think that they were just going to get blown out. Historically, I think Miami actually plays Buffalo relatively well. They may not win, but they play them pretty well. They definitely showed some fight. Finally got Tyreek Hill involved, with them getting them the ball. I think he did have. I don't know if he had over 100 yards, but I think he was close to it. Maybe no, he actually didn't. No, because he popped.
49.
Yeah, 49. I'm tripping. But it was good to see them at least kind of get him involved. Tua just, I don't know. Tua just really doesn't look good, and it's kind of like a big drop off. It's been a big fall off. I would say the last 2 seasons, pretty much. The offense is pretty predictable to me, just by watching the game. If it's not downfield, basically and they actually said it in the broadcast. One of the defenders were like, we felt like if we could just take his first read away, it doesn't really matter. He can't do anything, and it showed. When his first read is not open, it's almost like he does, go through his progressions, but he's just not the same player. He's not the same QB. He can't, really make stuff with his legs happen. He's not, that athletic. So, I mean, there might, like Daryl said, they might be on a fire sale. They got a lot of players that I'm sure a lot of teams would be interested in. And they should probably get rid of the QB too. I hate to say it, but it's about that time, I think, because it's just not going anywhere. Buffalo, we know what they are. We know that they're probably the top 1 or 2 in the AFC. I don't really expect nothing less. Josh Allen still having a regular Josh Allen year so far. You know what I'm saying? So, I think the Buffalo's defense needs to step up if they really want to be a contender and be serious. But that's about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was the last shot for Miami to try. I think it's over for them. I think that, like I said before, Mike McDaniel, I feel like he was a good OC when he was with San Francisco. I think he is a better OC than head coach. He don't have that. He's not Dan. He's like the opposite of Dan Campbell. He's like soft. You know what I mean? He let the players do what they want to do. He don't have no consequences. He's more of a I'm in the booth calling plays type of guy. He's not a head coach. Everybody's not meant to be a head coach. I feel like I don't know about the fire sale, but it probably should happen. I think they are stuck with Tua, man. That contract is crazy, bro. I think I agree with Daryl. I mean, I guess I don't know what they can do to get out of it. At least not next year. Maybe the year after.
I say we've seen a few teams eat the money at this point. Like,
yeah, they might, but it's so new. He signed it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. I would have like that. Like nobody eat the money when it's like time, little time left or whatever. So it's crazy. It was a dumb move to sign him to the contract, especially coming off all those concussions.
Who else? The Jets just let Rodgers go and gave him his money, right?
Rodgers had a 1-year deal.
So
it was Russ with the Broncos.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. Right. They had,
that was a lot of drama. Like Sean Payton and him didn't really get along, so they kind of had to. And
that was $85 million. Fucking Tua signed 2 years for like 2 something or whatever. 4 years, 2 something. It's like a crazy new deal. I think at least next year they stuck with him. Maybe they think getting him a new coach I don't think it's gonna help. I think Tua don't have a good arm is a problem, and then all those concussions. I think that he's not as mobile as he used to be. And like I said, the offense is not that great. I think he's not as creative as he was when he first got there. The defense is so. But Miami is Miami to me. Like I'm looking at it now over 30 years, they just they soft. They play in warm weather. When the cold get here, they don't want to play. I think that's just not a great low key. It's like everyone's talking about Cleveland, but I don't think Miami is a good place to play either. Like low key.
The one thing I do want to say is their offense, it's predictable. Like if it's not a slant to one of these guys, or if it's not like a downfield crosser, it's check down Charlie to H-hand, or it's a sack, literally, and they can't run the ball for shit.
Right.
Tua can't improvise. Once like you said, once that first read is gone, you don't know what to do. So.
And
it's either a bad decision or
that he threw, bro. He read it. He You saw that, right? I'm talking about like he just read the shit through the pick. Like
He did nothing.
That pick was so easy. Like,
I know,
it was right to them.
He didn't look anybody off. Like
no,
It's like he's playing Madden. He showed them the controller and what button he was pressing.
He went to his first read. Just went to it. Like it's crazy. Like I don't understand.
Tua can't risk anything. It was like he can't even run. Like he can't risk that because we know he get hit. It's over. It's over.
The
Miami set
Bills
himself up keeping this guy.
The Bills. The good thing about it for them is they probably gonna want him with the 1 seed. I feel like they got an easy schedule throughout. They're gonna fly under the radar. The division we know sucks. So they're gonna probably win all those games. They're gonna fly under the radar, but it also means they're not gonna be tested that much either throughout the year. So I see how much they're gonna help them when the playoffs come. They do got a plethora of receivers, like Daryl said. I like Palmer. Coleman can be good. They took out Shakir, and then Kincaid had a good game last game, so they got a lot going on. But James Cook, I'm surprised. He got paid. He's actually better than he was last year.
Yeah.
Normally, when you get paid, you know what I'm saying?
Revisiting that Kyron Williams, James Cook situation.
We might be, bro. We might be, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Wells was cooking the Eagles a little bit too, though. So I don't know.
I was. But
yeah.
James Cook is more explosive.
He is.
So far, he had the most explosive plays so far for sure.
And in the red zone, Cook is money. Like,
and he showed me a little more of like being able to run
between tackles. Yeah.
He's bigger too than like Wales, whatever. Like he's nice, yeah. And their offensive line is actually really good. So this is the year, man, for McDermott. I think if he don't get it done, I think it might be over for him, man. Because everything's aligned for him, man. The Chiefs are down. Mm-hmm. The Ravens defense is trash. We'll get to them. And like, what's in their way? I think it's the year for the Bills. But
everything laid out for them. Yep. I agree.
Moving forward, speaking of the Chiefs, they did get a win Sunday night versus the Giants in Russ's last maybe NFL game period. Before I asked, was it time to bench Russ, but that already happened now. So I guess what are your thoughts on them getting benched and the Chiefs win? I'll start with Toby to start.
Thoughts on Russ getting benched? I mean, it was inevitable. It was most likely going to happen. He wasn't going to get time to, make mistakes. And I'm really disappointed in Russ at the end of the day. Like, to come out looking this bad, just bouncing from team to team. He's going outside. He's going outside to, supposedly, end his career. Steelers, I feel like was a good opportunity. And then, he came to the Giants, and he hasn't gotten better. He actually looks worse because the Giants are a worse team. And he's like, at the end the game was ugly. I mean, the Giants were never really in the game. I don't really give much credit to the Chiefs when I think about this game. I mean, we have to wait for him to get his receivers back. Their running backs, mediocre. Isaiah Pacheco, everybody was hyping him before, but he's not really looking the best. He's not looking the best right now. I seen he had 10 carries for like 45 yards or something. So he was averaging 4.5 yards per carry, but I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have that burst to really get away. Who knows? But
he lost it. That's the injury. That's gone.
Yeah, he had the injury. So
TJ cracked his ass.
Maybe I'll give him some grace period. Give him this season to try to get back to form. But yeah, the Chiefs ain't scary this year. I mean, they haven't. Honestly, they wasn't really scary last year. You really think about it. They wasn't scary last year, and now they're just like all the games, the close games they was winning last year. Now they're losing losing those games. They should have, if the Giants were any good, they probably would have, beat the Chiefs. So we have to, wait for Patrick Mahomes to get his receivers back. Maybe they could turn things around. And I remember earlier you was talking about the Bills, like nothing's in their path right now. But if Patrick Mahomes get those receivers back and they start clicking, anything can happen. That could be the only thing, in the way for them. But overall, thinking about the game, I can't really put much into it. The Giants, they was going to lose. It's time for Russ to sit down. Hopefully the new quarterback, I forgot his name, is it Dax or something? Jackson Dart, yeah. So, hopefully he comes in and he brings some energy to that team. And then, Mahomes, they just needed a W, because I think they play the Ravens next week. And that game, both teams looking kind of shaky, but I would have picked the Ravens because their offense is damn near unstoppable. But that's my opinion on the game, and we'll see more about the Chiefs next week when they play the Ravens. Let me just say that.
All right, Jordan, your thoughts on the game and them switching to Dart, and what you think about Dart overall? Because maybe the college guy, I watch a lot of college games.
I mean, the game. I mean, I expected the Chiefs to win. You know, the Giants aren't that great. The Giants left some plays out there. The Chiefs could have been beat, but the Chiefs left some plays out there, and they could have blew out the Giants. So, you know, the Giants didn't play bad. I get that, you know, Mahomes doesn't have his weapons, but again, you know, we've seen him do more with less. Still not overly concerned because, right, they don't got their two wide receivers, you get what I'm saying? So I'm not too really concerned. Until I see somebody beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, they're not dead to me. I don't care what he does in the regular season. I don't care what he does. I know we just beat him, but he almost beat us. So down in the Super Bowl, we whooped his ass. He had no shot. That was no hero there. But I think until I see somebody beat that man in the playoffs, they're never dead to me. Like I said, I don't care what they look like in September. I think we could all agree that in January the Chiefs will be there.
All right.
And that Giants shot, that Russ shit. To be honest, I kind of do think Russ is getting a little bit fairly untreated. Okay, week 1, shitty. Week 2, 465 yards. Week 3, you go up against the Chiefs defense. The Giants don't have a great offensive line still. You go up against a really good defense. Yeah, he didn't play well, but after week 3, now that we're going against the Chargers, Jackson Dart, you better be C.J. Stroud or Jaden Daniels, rookie, because I'm not saying Russ fan. I think Russ still a Hall of Famer. People don't think he is. I think Russ a Hall of Famer.
He's hurting his rep.
He's hurting his rep. You get what I'm saying? But all that shit before he left Seattle, that shit to me was Hall of Fame material. You get what I'm saying? But I think he's kind of getting a raw deal because it's in New York too, and it's going to be more pressure because it is in New York, and they drafted a QB round 1. You get what I'm saying? So I think if it was somewhere else, it wouldn't even be like this.
Yeah.
Because like he kind of getting the raw end of the stick. If they really think this rookie is about to play any better than what Russ did week 1, 2, and 3, then y'all fucked up coming into active training camp. Because then what the fuck were y'all looking at then?
I was gonna say that. That's one of my points, but yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like, you feel me? So I kind of think he's raw end of the stick a little.
Daryl, what's your thoughts on the game, and do you think Russ a Hall of Famer? Since Jordan said that.
I think eventually he'll get in after a few years. Definitely not a first ballot because how he's finishing his career. But I think he'll get into his overall accomplishments and again getting the Super Bowl victory. But I saw this coming soon as they announced the signing. Like I don't know what people saw from him at the end of last year and said, hey, I can win with that. Like losing 5 straight at the end of the year. How he played in this game is what I saw at the end of the year, and I'm not sure what other people saw that maybe they wanted to ignore that or nothing, but I saw this coming. As far as the game, this is another like gritty, like ugly win for the Chiefs, and that's just they're gonna keep winning until they get some of their weapons back. As far as like the overall for them, the wild card is always going to be there for them just because of the landscape in the AFC. They're never going to be not that bad to be below wild card level. If they lose like 2 more games, it may make the catching up with the Chargers very hard to do so. But they only like 2 games behind them, so it's not entirely over yet. They got like 3 more weeks until they get the guys back. So it's not totally out the picture, but obviously not the spot they want to be in. But they've been in a situation before as far as having to go on the road. I think it was last year or the year before. It was like the first time Mahomes had to go on the road and win playoff games, and he did it. So still just holding out for them until they get their guys back. But Mahomes, he's still being Mahomes, still making those crazy throws every now and then when he has guys open. Like Tyquan Thornton is like that guy now by default. He had a few drops throughout this year that could have made his numbers even better. But he's pretty much the option that Mahomes is leaning on as far as down the field until Worthy and Rice come back. They still need to do something with the running game. Pacheco and Hunt, that combo is just not good enough. They still. I mean, I know it's easy to say they need a dynamic with every down back, but that's again that's a very key to winning. As far as not always putting everything on Mahomes to make the right decision. So I feel like that's going to end up limiting them when it comes playoff time. If their running game doesn't improve, it's always going to be on Mahomes to do everything. And I don't think that's the best situation. But overall, they're not entirely out. It's just based on, again, the worst case scenario, they're going to be in a wild card. So still have that chance to make the playoff run. But with Dart, I think Dart's gonna be good. I mean, I didn't really pay too much attention to him in college, but from what I'm hearing from his teammates and what they're saying throughout the broadcast, like he got some prime. I did see he had a nice ass chain on the sideline. So like he got some moxie, some competitiveness to him, maybe some culture in him as well. So we'll see. I think starting him right now is perfect because he needs if he's going to be the guy, he got to develop a connection with Neighbors right now, just to keep that developed as they keep adding weapons to their offense. So I like Scadaboo. I didn't really think I don't think he's like a number one running back type. I think he's part of a 1-2 punch. But I like the energy and effort. I like the moxie he showed, the touchdown celebration and stuff. So about the Giants, I feel like they should have started from the very beginning of this year, leaning on the young talent and seeing what they have. I'm not sure what the decision making was getting Russ and Jameis Winston, especially now. Like if you want to bench Russ, I guess Winston is just the emergency guy. Like if both of them go down, but I'm not sure what the decision making was. That I'm not sure what happened with Russ after this year. Got a wife, got kids now. Might be time to just sit back, wait for that Hall of Fame call. But yeah, I saw that move coming. I didn't see it happening after week 3, but I definitely saw it coming based on what I saw from Russ at the end of the year.
Definitely time for Russ to hang it up. Time for him to turn his cleats. I think it's a wrap for him. I think he does get in the Hall of Fame. I was looking to see if it's like comparison. I was looking like Jim Kelly. He got in the Hall of Fame. So I think Russ will get in. And he won the Super Bowl.
Jim Kelly went to 4 though.
They didn't win that. So and Russ
went to Legion of Boom.
That's true too. But I think Russ will get in.
And Marshawn.
I do think that I agree with Jordan and I guess Darryl when he said, like, if you're going to start him now, why not start him at the beginning of the season? That makes no sense. Like, if he wasn't ready then, how's he ready now? It don't make no sense. I might have went to Jameson right now and then went to him later on, but it is what it is right now. I like what they're building there because they got Dart, Neighbors, Scadaboo, and they got Bill Carter. They all 1 or 2 year players. So they building like a good foundation. They'll probably have a good draft pick next year because they're going to lose a lot of games this year. They got another high pick, maybe as a lineman or something like that. So if they can get a good coach in there, they might be okay. Like, I don't really like Daboll. I think, he on his last leg. I think he's trying to, it's a Hail Mary for him. He'll want to get booed at home every game by starting Russ and while they want Dart to play. All this bringing in Dart and for random plays for nothing is stupid to me anyway.
Yeah, that was weird.
So I think that it can be good. It can add a spark. They'll probably lose to the Chargers, maybe beat the Saints, next week, but then lose to the Eagles and yada, so forth.
And that's the thing. Like, that's what I also don't understand. Like, you start him against the Chargers,
right? Instead of Chargers got a good defense, bro. Like, instead of the Saints,
he better go out there and win that game. That's all I'm saying.
But I do like the rookie that they got. Now we went to the Chiefs. Chiefs, I think they found it. They find something with Thornton by accident because they had Rice and Woods and Xavier there. He wouldn't really play that much. So I think once they get them all back, and then you got to move Kelsey down because he's washed too a little bit. I mean, pretty much. I mean, he's not done like Russ, but
they still double team the shit out of him,
bro. But I think that Rice and Xavier and Thornton really will open it up for Kelsey over the middle. He's not the number one guy, especially in the red zone and stuff like that.
No doubt.
So I think it'll help.
They're not going to be able to man. They're not going to man even. Like, nobody can play man against them. Like, once they got them 2 guys back, you can't play man against those two wide receivers. Like
no, and now they got Thornton over the top too. So like they find something.
yeah.
The issue, I think, what Daryl said with the running game, I think that it's so hard for them to get yards in the running game. They never get a burst. They never get. I don't think they have a over like a 10-yard carry at all. That's a lot to keep grinding down the field by passing the ball only. I think they're going to trade for a running back for the deadline.
I say, who can they go get?
I gotta look it up. I mean, at least as like a change of pace, maybe not as a full replacement, but I think they have to, bro, because there's no way. But their defense is actually pretty good. Like even against the Eagles last week, you know, their defense is actually. No, I'm just saying, like they played the Chargers good. They lost by 7. You know, I think, and their defense is like their defense get better and better. You know, per week. I think that their defense is like is can be good, but they gotta sustain drive. So I think they're gonna lose to the Ravens. I'm with Toby on that. They might win some games and get their guys back. I think Xavier could have played this week, but he knew it was the Giants. So I think that he'll be back next week, which will be good for Jordan.
Real quick, well, I think Jordan has mentioned who running backs. There's 2 I'm looking at, and their teams are 0-3 right now. They keep losing. I think it's going to happen. One, Alvin Kamara. I can see them trying to get rid of that contract, and then Breece Hall. I feel like that's another option that could be traded.
That's your man. No, but
I would prefer him, Kamara.
Me too. Kamara's still nice, by the way, too. I'm watching.
Yeah, if they get Kamara, that'd be crazy.
Boy, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, they ain't nothing like that since like Jamal Charles.
Nah, moving on though. Last night, Monday Night Football, we all watched the game. I know we were talking about Lions versus Ravens, a decisive win. Daryl, back to you. What's your thoughts on that game? No, not you, Daryl. You start this time. I'm sorry. Lions and Ravens last night.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a high scoring game, a little bit of a shootout. You get what I'm saying? I kind of expected that. I didn't expect for the Lions to be able to run the ball the way they did, so that was a good sign. You get what I'm saying for them. And it was kind of impressive. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like the knock on them, like the Ravens. I think they went in there like last year or the year before that. The Ravens stomped them. You get what I'm saying? The Ravens whooped them. So it was a good statement win. You know what I'm saying? For them to be able to go beat an AFC team on the road, show that they can play. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty cool. They loaded with talent, you know what I'm saying, all over the ball. They got that, like Daryl said, they got that creativity back. You know what I'm saying? That was a nice little fourth down. I'm around with the option. That was nasty. They got a hell of a team. Now that defense is a little shaky. I still don't put them on our class. I'm not gonna lie to you. You get what I'm saying? Because the Ravens, you know what I mean, like, you know, and Lamar played well. You get what I'm saying? But if the Ravens can't stop nobody, it's going to be a rough year for them because Lamar can't just do everything on his own like that at the end of the day. So, and they got to protect him better too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he got sacked like 8 times or something like that. 7 times.
7 times. Sorry, you're sacked 7 times. But that's not all on the old line, bro. He holds the ball a lot. Like, a lot.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, sometimes he do got to take off maybe a little bit sooner. But, I mean.
Either take a while. But go ahead, Daryl. Your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, this was a good game. I like what I see from the Lions. I was kind of worried after that first game. And, again, moving on from Ben Johnson, the offense looked completely different. But they got back to what they were doing a couple of years ago. I think they said this is the 10th game where St. Brown, Montgomery, and Gibbs all scored in the same game. So they got back to using their weapons. And they got a lot of like 2 good running backs. I was about to say, Amo, he was about to like slowly taking over as the number 1 guy because golf was going to him early on. But Amon-Ra settled in as far as that every down, not every down, but just that number 1 target. I like the tall receiver. They got Tesla. He's been making plays throughout the year too. So they got a lot of weapons. A couple weeks ago, I put the Eagles and Packers as like the top tier in the NFC. I'm putting the Lions in that group right now, just based on that offense and that firepower. I know they gotta improve on defense, but just what they're capable of doing on offense, I got to put them in that category. The Ravens, the Ravens. I mean, I thought they were going to. This is a good opportunity to show dominance as far as show what team they are, or just making sending the message to the rest of the league. But their defense is, I don't know what's wrong with their defense. They made a lot of moves. They made a lot of draft picks on defense or secondary and the D line. They made a couple years ago. They made some free agency moves that bolstered the D line, but it's just not working out for them. It's like either be running or passing. They give up anything that the offense takes. So I feel like that's going to end up limiting them. The offense. They got weapons, but it's just, I don't know. It just feels like they stagnate at times. Like they get in the way of what works for them pretty too easily. Like we talked about it in the red zone, how like they just try to get QQ. I'm not sure if they're just trying to send a message to who they playing with the Lions with that a halfback pass to Henry, but just doing a lot of stuff that is like not needed. Like just use your dominance, like what y'all been as far as just running the ball, using the play action with Lamar Jackson. So it's an ugly showing from them. Them being 1-2 is definitely not what I expected. Opened up the door for the AFC North for sure. For this takeaway, I like what I saw from the Lions. They made a statement this game as far as we lost Ben Johnson, but we got our groove back on offense, and if they can just shore up things on defense. Make stops like Hutch made that key play with Derrick Henry. He stopped. I watched him. He was going for Goff. He's going for Lamar, but he stopped in his tracks and ran right for Henry and punched the ball out right before he passed him. So just making those winning plays, if they can just do more of that, get some more stops, they're gonna be in a good spot.
Toby, your thoughts on the game last night?
That was a crazy game. I always knew the game was going to be good. I always knew the game was going to be close, but I was still surprised at the result. I think I picked Baltimore in the pick'ems. I felt like they would win at home. But the Lions, they've been a good team over the last few years. I think Daryl said he was, putting them in the top 3, when it comes to the Eagles and the Packers. In my opinion, even though I think the Packers won week 1, in the playoffs, I'm picking I'm most likely going to go with Detroit. That running game was crazy. That running game, what they did to Baltimore was crazy. And, Baltimore, like the Steelers, were known for defense. So to have that type of, running game on them, that was an amazing performance on the road. Jared Goff, he played it safe. I don't believe in Jared Goff like that. So, all he has to do is play safe, hand off to the running backs, made some good passes, played his role. Now with the Ravens, here we go with the same old, BS that happens with them. Their play calling, in certain situations isn't good. I remember they had the ball on the goal line. I think it was in the second quarter, and I think they ran it with Henry, I think like 2 or 3 times. And then on the last play, they tried to do something with Lamar. No one was open, and then it's basically turnover and down. That was a critical play. And then, Henry so far this season fumbling the ball, gets the ball punched out. These are just like against the Bills, that one was critical. That cost them the game, just like this one. So they're making mistakes. The Ravens always beat themselves, like in every playoff situation, just like last year, early on. Lamar had those mistakes. They were still in the game. At the end of the game, Mark Andrews drops the ball. I remember he fumbled and then he dropped the ball. So the Ravens got to overcome themselves if they really want to, be one of the best teams and one of the last teams, when it comes to going to the Super Bowl. So, I still believe in Lamar, but I think the Ravens overall as a team, they have to limit their errors. So, good win for the Lions, though.
It's a lot about this game, man. This game definitely was a statement win for the Lions. I think that Dan Campbell is a good motivator, man. And their new OC is he picking right up with Ben Johnson left. Like they cooking, and the running game is crazy, Like the run blocking scheme they got with those 2 backs, like they be killing. And Goff not making mistakes. Goff has become like a pretty good passer. You know what I mean? He's not a runner at all. But,
Yeah, I feel like he always was. I mean, his good years with with the Ravens.
Yeah, Gary McVay too. You're right. Yeah, and he's not a runner at all, but he can make that 4th and 2 was a dime that he dropped at the end of the game. I felt like that their defense played really good too. They was in all the gaps. They stopped Henry, which is the key. And then after that, they got to Lamar. They played their lanes. They were very disciplined with Lamar last night. I think that was key. The Ravens receivers, I guess Zay, but they don't really have a top tier guy. So they really kind of bottled up Zay. The rest of the guys, they're just guys, really kind of. So I felt they did a good job, except for Andrews. He's a beast. I think the Ravens, though, man, like defensively, they're really bad. Last year they started off bad in the first half of the season. They became the best defense in football. I don't know if they're gonna do the same thing this year. Like they got a lot of issues over there. Especially in the run defense. So Ravens are like you said, like they somehow it's something different every time, man. They beat themselves. I just don't understand.
Yeah, we always do.
And that's why I said though, when teams are beating themselves like that, it might be time for a coaching change. I think if Harbaugh don't get it done this year, he might be on the hot seat too, just like McDermott, man. I don't see how you got an perennial MVP quarterback candidate. You got Henry, and then how many years you got left with Henry? Henry gonna be 32 in a few months. I'm not saying that he hitting the wall, but he ain't good as he was last year already. So I think he just gotta, I don't know, man. You gotta do something because you never know. The league changing. Now the Chargers are good. The leagues keep changing and changing. And Detroit might be like you said, Daryl. I think they're going to get. I think they're actually better than Green Bay. Green Bay got that first game of the season, but I think Detroit back on all cylinders, man. And I think they're better than Green Bay. I think that them and the Eagles are the cream of the crop in the NFC right now, yo. I think Detroit got everything. They really, really do. And by the way, St. Brown got 0 drops in 2 seasons, which is crazy. By the way, like he catch everything that's thrown to him.
Listen.
For me, wait before you go to him. For me, the Packers defense, I feel like they playing as far as the NFC, they playing the best defense right now. So that's why I kind of all three of them kind of even out for me right now because of the Packers defense.
I think the Packers.
I don't have them in our tier any longer. I think we are in a tier of our own. But because you saw, and we'll talk about it. But I don't think Detroit could come into Philly in January and get it done. Now I think the Packers could, but I don't think.
I think the Packers are having issues running the ball this year. Quiet as it's kept. I don't think they've been having a good running game. We'll get to the Packers in a little bit, but I think Detroit. I don't know, man. Like Detroit got that 2-headed monster at running back, man.
I feel you. I mean, I hear you.
They got them receivers.
Listen, it's September.
Yeah, September. It's early.
It's September. So
we'll see. Moving on, man. Well, I'm gonna skip over the Raiders because Jeff ain't here anyway, and they trash. So
let's just say they trash. Like that's nasty.
Stop even. Like we're not talking about them no more.
No.
If they're not playing like a powerhouse, they might as well just.
Let's skip over that and go to the Eagles Rams.
Eagle be sick, but.
Marcus Mariota, bro.
I know, but they lost by a lot too that game. It wasn't like a close game either. Like that's the crazy part. But
crazy.
Eagles Rams. Jordan, your thoughts on the game, man, with the comeback win. Don't get too emotional now.
I actually want to hear your thoughts first.
My thoughts?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Okay. I'll go first for once. My thoughts are I was surprised about the Rams running like they did in the first half. I did not see that coming. I thought if the Rams had a chance to win, it would be mostly throwing the ball. That definitely shocked me. I thought the Eagles, especially with Davis and Carter, have a good run defense. That shocked the hell out of me. I don't know if they woke up in the second half or what. I mean, obviously they did, but I don't know what happened in the first half on that situation. I thought that the play, what's his name? Frank. His name Frank somebody? The OC? What's the nigga name now? The Eagles OC? Yeah.
I get it.
Anyway, yeah. The Eagles, that's a damn shame, bro. But the Eagles, Kevin Patullo, yeah. Kevin Patullo, bro. Maybe because he's new, like brand new, or maybe because he's like, I don't know what it is, but he was calling a horrible game in the first half, bro. Like a horrible game. So I don't know what happened in the second half. Now, Lane went out, and that definitely was an issue. And then they brought the other boy in. He was trash prior. And then they brought the other dude there, what's his name? Frank Johnson, I think, or something like that. Yeah, Frank Johnson. And he was basically like Lane a little bit. Like he was holding up, at least in the pass defense. I don't know about run defense. But in the pass defense, he was holding up good. So you give Hurts time. AJ was beasting that little DB. Like it was nothing. Like get off me. And you give Hurts time. You give AJ. You got Hurts. You got God. They got weapons galore. And I think he made the passes. And I think that the Rams. Well, two things with the Rams I want to say. I think McVay played not to lose too early in the first half. They had the ball driving the field at the end of the first half with 3 timeouts. He kept them all and kicked the field goal. Why are you walking in the locker room with 3 timeouts? Use your timeouts, try to get the touchdown. He let so much time pass and settle for the field goal. Coach not to win. Then in the second quarter, I said in the chat, I said, yo, why are you rushing 3? Whatever like that. Blitz this dude. Like, why are you scared? Whatever like that. But they kept rushing 3 and 4. And again, that's giving them a hell of time. I did think Hurts played a good game. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to take away enough from Hurts. But, bro, they're so stacked on that team. But I am surprised about not just this game, but the 3 games from Saquon. Because, I didn't see this last year. And I don't think it's a Saquon issue. I think Saquon's the same player. So I don't know why they can't get him off pause like they did last year. And I feel like that but I mean maybe there'll be more balance in the play calling, but I still feel like bro, first half 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15, I don't know, I've never seen a quarterback they just never let throw the ball on those downs. I don't know if it's a Patullo issue or what it is, but it happened 2 games in a row. I was watching it. Like if it's 3rd and 14, I promise you Baker's throwing the ball. I promise you, Lamar's throwing the ball. Like, I don't get why they ran these draw plays on like 3rd and 13. I'm like, what the fuck? Whatever like that. But good win, top of the NFC. That was a good. Oh, and nobody can. My last thing is, Puka's top 5 receiver to me, but that's the subject we had. All right, you up?
I mean,
well, hold on, Jordan. You weren't here last week. But Jordan said Neighbors is better than Puka.
Yeah. You said it in the title.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, man?
So, like, I thought the first half play calling, not being able to get anything in the run game, it was just horrible. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody saw that. Everybody felt that. They had to flip the switch in the second half. They had to throw the ball because they were down, so you had to let it rip. Now, Jalen did what he had to do to go win the game, because that was pretty much on him and his arm. The defense, for the way the offense had actually played in the first half, the defense had actually played relatively well in the first half. And once the offense actually got rolling, they were actually playing even better and really hold the Rams to not scoring in the second half. So when you look at it from that perspective, I'm not really sure if this helped or hurt them. I'm sure it obviously helped them because they know that they can win any type of game, but you want to play a cleaner game in the first half for sure. Like, you get what I'm saying? The whole Saquon shit, like, everybody is selling out to him. Like, everybody is selling out. Like, they even showed it during the game, like, just being able to corral him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just the way that they even have their formation set up. Like, there's going to be people in areas of space to where he's just going to see bodies. That's kind of like how they're doing it. So I'm sure he'll have better games as the year goes on. You get what I'm saying? But right now, everybody is literally selling out to stop him.
Yeah, it's not on him. I said that.
Yeah, like, everybody is selling out to stop him. So, like, it is what it is. So, like, Jalen, you know what you have to do. You did it. And, we did what we had to do to win the game. It is what it is. Our defense is going to be good. Like, our defense is not bad. Like, it's not maybe as good as it was last year, but we're not a shitty defense by any means. Like, you feel me? To me, like, the only shitty piece of the defense is really that Cabbage Patch we got over there at fucking corner, and he played a little better this week. You get what I'm saying? But we're not generating as much pressure as we did last year right now. I think Jalen Carter definitely needs to play a little bit better. He hasn't really been too reckoning, I would say, these last few games. He has a couple here and there, but, you know, he needs to play a little bit better. Quinyon needs to play a little bit better. The secondary needs to play a little bit better. The linebackers and the defensive line are kind of holding up their weight a little bit.
See, I don't know, man, because I'm going to let y'all go. But see, the first game of the season, Javonte Williams, he's running up the middle too, just the way Kyron was doing. So suddenly in the middle of that defense where they can run, people can run the ball, and they're going like in the middle. So I think it's more the run defense than they're bend don't break. I mean, if it's bend don't break, I don't give a shit. You can run. Yeah, that works.
You get what I'm saying? So like, it looked like that because the offense didn't generate but one touchdown in the first half. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't score.
Well, that was bad play calling because he's throwing these dink and dunk pass, not Hurts, but the play caller or whatever, which is where I can see the frustration that can come out of AJ, you know, sometimes whatever like that.
And even the Rams offense, like, they did what they had to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was surprised that they were able to not hold them from doing anything in the second half, but the Rams are still a good team. Like, the Rams are a good team. Like, we want to talk about the good teams in the NFC. It's the Eagles, it's the Lions, it's the Packers, it's the Buccaneers, it's the Rams.
Yeah.
Like, the Rams are up there. Like, people pick the Rams to win their division. If, like, am I not tripping on
Rams
that?
could have won that game, but I thought McVay was a little conservative, honestly, to me, a little bit.
Yeah, so it's just like that's a lesson learned for them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited to play who we play next week for sure.
Oh Lord, we'll get to that. Daryl, your thoughts on the Eagles? Rams?
Yeah, I'm just watching a playback for this game. I feel like the second quarter was the key to the game. Second quarter, the Eagles defense kept them in the game, and I feel like the Rams lost the game in the second quarter. They settled for 3 field goals, and I'm just looking at the game right now. It wasn't just all on McVay. There was a couple third downs where Stafford was off. He missed Devontae and Puka that could have extended the drive and possibly got in the end zone. So the Eagles defense bend but don't break for that quarter, holding them to 3 field goals because it could have got out of hand. Instead of the ninth, I know they got up 26-7 and started the third quarter, but it could have been worse than that at half. But that quarter was the most important part of the game for me. I feel like just based on what Jalen and some of the talks were, I think he said he had something to say about the coordinator and the play calling, and they came out different. Like, they came out playing to win, like they said, throwing the ball deep. AJ finally making an appearance this year, showing what he's capable of as far as out physicaling DBs and out running DBs too as well. So it's good to see that. Good to see Goddard and Devontae Smith get involved in the passing game as well. I do feel like it might be he's still getting like 18 carries a game, but it might be a blessing in disguise as far as Saquon not going crazy at the beginning of the year. Maybe that can start to build up as we get closer, as it gets colder, as we get closer to playoff time. So not too worried about Saquon, especially once they get a couple of offensive linemen back healthy. I'm not too worried about that. But I feel like this was a good opportunity for the Rams to get a statement win. But this goes back to that second quarter, just not taking advantage. Champions do what champions do. Once if you give them a life, they're gonna take advantage of it, and that's what they did. So I feel like this was not a statement win for the Eagles, but just a reminder as far as what they're capable of. They can win running as well as passing, and I feel like they needed this to kind of balance things out going forward.
Toby, your thoughts on the Eagles Rams?
Y'all said a lot about it already, so I'm not going to have much to add. But I'm surprised that no one really talking about. At the end of the day, phone calls were made. Okay, phone calls were made. This is what the game really came down to. Right? The Rams had the ball.
Oh, Vegas made the call.
26-21. Okay. Their field goal gets blocked.
Yeah.
Eagles get the ball back. They scored their touchdown. Ram gets the ball back. They drive all the way down there. And their field goal gets blocked again and returned for a touchdown. Covers this, helps cover the spread that needed to be covered there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically all that happened right now. That is basically all that happened. I think the Rams were the better team overall on the day. They were most likely they were mostly winning that game. Then I remember in the chat, Mike said, "Oh, the momentum just changed right there," and they were down like 2-3 touchdowns still.
I saw it though.
I was like, "What happened?" All of a sudden, the comeback. They had all this to say about it. That's all I want to say about the game. That was a very fishy game. There's another fishy game on the docket as well that I'll speak about when we get there. But that was a fishy game at the end of the day. And I'm not even worried about Saquon. I think Daryl said like it's actually good. They're still winning games. Saquon hasn't gone crazy, and as long as Saquon stay healthy, like whatever's going on now really don't matter. If they're winning games, he's gonna pick it up. If he's there when the playoff comes, that's what really matters. So as long as they're winning games, they're gonna be all right. Even though this game was very fishy.
Yeah, Toby, that's crazy.
Yo, bro, 2 block field goals, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh my god,
No bullshit.
Yeah, I felt the momentum shifted, and then like that's why I said it.
The momentum shift, and it was.
I could see it, and then I could see the way the DC was calling the game. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna lose. And I said that in the third quarter, bro. Like,
not to them Eagles, man. Not to them Eagles. Vegas.
Next, Vegas made the call. That's crazy. They covered though with a blocked field goal touchdown. That
shit straight for the TD.
Like yo, listen. If I had the money straight on the Rams, getting 3.5, you know how mad I would have been, bro.
Yeah.
Off that shit, bro.
You don't give a fuck.
I mean, there wasn't no money for me.
You don't give a fuck. Go Birds.
Moving on. Bears. Let's go to the Cowboys and Bears, man. Caleb actually had his best game of his career. 4 touchdowns. And everybody thought the Cowboys would win the game. CeeDee Lamb got hurt. Bad game for them. And the Bears, Dan, what's his name? He got his first win. Darryl, what's your thoughts on the Bears Cowboys, man?
Yeah, I was surprised by Caleb. I was calling for this. I was hoping for like a consistent like game as far as after that first 15 play script of him being consistent, and that's what I saw. I mean, I kind of do credit to the Dallas Cowboys defense being bad last week, giving up all that points to the Giants, and now this. So I mean, you still got to make the plays. You still got to play whoever's on the field. So not taking away from that. I feel like Ben Johnson, he was able to make his impact on the game a little bit more with the play calling, being creative. They 2 young guys, Roma Duze and Luther Burden, they're taking over. DJ Moore, he might be as far as the trade candidate with that contract because they got 2 young guys right there waiting to go. They already got rid of well, not got rid of, but they moved on from Keelan Allen from last year. So I think that's the next move for them as far as they rebuild. But also running back too, because DeAndre Swift, I know he's kind of not as I don't know. I mean, he had a few good years with the Lions, and I'm not sure what happened with the Eagles, but I don't think that's the answer at running back there too. They're gonna have to improve there. But overall, I like what I saw from Caleb taking care of the football, making plays, and I like the creativity mixed with the play calling. Cowboys, tough loss for them, especially with this. Their defense is bad. Like they're gonna have to score 35, 40 points a game to have a chance. But it just Dak, you saw a couple of turnovers from Dak, and with CeeDee now out now, this is a good opportunity for Pickens to get his money. Like he's in a contract year. He's going to be a number 1 option playing with the best quarterback he's ever played with. So this is going to be his chance to get the bag that he wants at the end of this year. I don't see that happening because with him being the defense keying on him as the pretty much the only deep threat. I don't see him having like a breakout sort of period until CD comes back. But for the Cowboys, based on what I saw from earlier this year, especially with that Giants game, them just having balance with passing and running, They're still going to fall back to what I think they always are. They're always going to be the Cowboys to make headlines outside of the lines, outside of the game, and just be a mid-level team at best. But it was a good win for the Bears just to get that first win for their head coach. They still got a lot of way to go as far as their rebuild, but it was a good win for them for sure.
Toby, Cowboys, Bears.
Cowboys, Bears. Good game for Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, good W. This is going to be a very important year for Caleb. He has to perform, and he showed, he can beat a bad team. He could beat a bad defense. So, when he goes against bad defenses now, I'm expecting him to, put up numbers like he did today. So I'm very excited to see how him and Ben Johnson, go for the rest of the year. Cowboys. Dak Prescott, CD injured, George Pickens. I don't think he's going to be that great because he's a diva. He's a diva, and he's not. He's like Jefferson or Jamar Chase. Like, bro, you're like second to third tier receiver, to be honest. And he has that attitude. So the Cowboys are going to be bad this year, and I thought they were going to be decent, early on. Who did they play Giants week 2? Who did they play week 1? Anybody remember?
Eagles.
I felt like they had a better showing, against the Eagles. It was giving you some hype. Then they went to go play against the Giants, right? Yeah. And we're like, they're gonna kick the Giants. They're gonna blow the Giants out. But then their defense gets exposed. So now we're like, okay, their defense. What we seen against the Eagles, maybe the Eagles wasn't being too expensive with their playbook because the Giants right now are just ripping them to shreds. And Dallas is also scoring. They come out, they win this game. Now the Bears. I know most people picked the Cowboys to win this game. No one thought coming into this game this was going to be this type of game. CD goes out, and then it's game over. It's game over after that. Maybe that hurt their morale. Dak Prescott is supposed to be a leader of this team. He's been in for years. He's still pedestrian. He's not going to take you anywhere. And at the end of the day, this is on Jerry Jones. He's washed. I watched the documentary. Once he got rid of his coach, he had that bomb squad. Once he got rid of that, he's never been back to the bowl.
That's true.
He knows it all. You don't know it all, Jerry. You don't know it all. You had a great team. After a few years, imagine if you kept that coach. You guys could have been dominant for the entire 90s. But you want to be a know-it-all. This is blood on your hands. They're about to be ass again. They're not going to be a threat. This is going over 30 years. You're losing to the Chicago Bears, bro. Getting blown out by the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears, they better be a threat. They better be sending the Packers and the Lions with this performance because that's what they made them look like.
Yo, Jordan, man, you up, man, on this.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys defense isn't that great. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to see CD go out or whatever, but I mean, I don't give a shit what happens to the Dallas Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys. So you get what I'm saying?
Talk about the Bears, then, man.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb looked good. That's why he was the number 1 pick. I mean, shit, he showed a glimpse of it this year, and you know what I'm saying? He had some bad ones, but that was a consistent game for him. He showed that he can go out and be the premier team. I know that the Cowboys are not premier team in the league, but the Dallas Cowboys show the prime time game. All eyes on, he went out there and won. So good for him, good for his confidence, and hopefully the Bears can, have some more success.
Yeah, I'll be quick, man. Well, I'll take some time, but I'll start with the Cowboys, man. I think that their secondary might be the worst I've ever seen. Like, they are really, 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 really bad, bro. They made Rush look like an old Russ, and now he got no job. Like, it's bad. And I think that I don't know what happened to Trayvon Diggs, yo. Like, his technique is done. On a one touchdown that went over the top. I don't know if Roman doing there or not. Like, for some reason, like, it's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, like I saw like he didn't do like he smacked him in the face and then Duze just ran right by him for a touchdown.
But why are you even pressing though? Everybody else is.
It wasn't even a press. He just smacked him in his face and then he just got burnt. Like,
but he shouldn't be up there anyway. Everybody else played. It's 3rd and 8. It's 3rd and fucking 8. Why are you up next to him on that play? All he did was, like you said, brush it off and then run past him. Touchdown. That wasn't even a play call for them, but he got open. So he said, fuck it. We're going to go up top. I just think that Trayvon done lost it. Bland still good, but Bland out. You know what I mean? So that's a problem for them. They got no pass rush right now. They're just a bad defense. Dak is not good enough to carry a bad defense. Dak is just solid right now, but he can't. He can't run. He used to be right, but he's just solid right now. He can't run no more. The one pick though, speaking of George Pickens, that was on Pickens. It was in his fucking hands, but he had it and then gives the other guy basically. So that wasn't even on Dak. And
they don't got the best hands over there.
I don't trust Pickens. CD2. I never trust GP. I just don't. Whatever. So I don't feel he gonna step up without CD there. He might have been getting more open with CD there. Now he really gonna be like the number one. The problem. I like Javonte though. You know what I mean? He actually coming back having a pretty good season, but they're probably gonna be. I don't know. Maybe win 6 games and be mid. Whatever. Bears. I like what Ben Johnson done. He opened up a little bit more for Caleb this week, and Caleb is an athlete. Caleb can run. Caleb can pass. You know what I mean? So they should open it up. Doomsday's good. They got other good tight ends pretty good too. I think they got to use their weapons, and we'll see what happens with them. Moving on to the best subject, the Steelers, baby, triumphant. The division leading Steelers, by the way, or triumphant over the Patriots on Sunday. Daryl, take it away.
All right, so I'm gonna start with the good. Good to get a win. Good to get a win.
Be a Democrat. Here we go.
I'm gonna call. I see it. I can't ignore some of this shit. It's painful to watch sometimes, but good to get a win. I feel like the theme for this week was the teams that made the winning plays won the game. Like last week, it was a lot of high scoring games. So whoever scored the most points. But this week, I mean, you saw with the Eagles game, blocked field goals. A couple other games, blocked field goals. So Steelers, they made the winning plays to win this game. All 5 turnovers were forced. It's not like the ball slipped out of anyone's hands. They decided to hand the ball off to us. It takes the effort to make those plays. So I like the life that I saw from the defense in that regard. I like what I saw from Rodgers as far as when he had time, he was able to make plays. His leadership as far as that all, we would be 0-3 without him. Pretty much like the timing of his throws, the one throw to DK was a decent throw, but the one to the Calvin Austin, that was a dime. We haven't had that in a while, so we just need more. We just need him to have more time. I know this was like the first game since like 2022 where he wasn't getting sacked, but every time he drops back, he has to pick himself off the ground. Like our offensive line is a problem. More specifically, the left tackle Broderick Jones. He is a turnstile. He's a pedestrian. I can probably do a better job at a left tackle than him right now. Like it's just bad. Like and it's creating all the problems, rest of the problem for the offense. We can't get established the run game, and Rodgers, he doesn't trust the O line. He don't trust the time that he has to make a play. So it's just the issues that we have is keeping us from being a championship contender, and it's just very big issues. Like offensive line on offensive side is the biggest issue, and on defense, and I know we show life, made some plays, but this is still the worst third down defense in this league. Like it is so frustrating watching this defense. I'm at the point where I don't care what happens first and second down because I know somehow, some way on third down, someone's gonna be wide open for a 15-yard catch. It's inevitable. Like it's like bottom feeding teams have better success on defense on third down than us, and it's frustrating to watch from the highest paid defense. I'm not sure what needs to happen to fix that. I'm not sure if it's the game plan or the players not trusting the game plan or players not trusting each other. I keep hearing a lot as far as the players they trying to make a play instead of staying in the assignment. I don't know what it is, but they got to figure it out because you're not winning anything meaningful if you're going to keep playing like this. You got to get off the field. Like you can't have every team just dominate the time of possession because it makes it just so harder to win to the point where once you get on offense, if you don't score, then it's a problem. Like we needed those turnovers to win this game. It should have been a blowout on our end if we were to take more advantage of the turnovers. But I'm never going to complain about the team making winning plays to win the game. But so I like the little improvement I saw. But they still got a long way to go. I need to see more improvement bigger improvement on a week-to-week basis. Next week is is a good opportunity to do that with the good defense we have, and we can take advantage of Wentz making some bad decisions. But he got that guru in his ear, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But overall, got what we needed to get done was the win, but still a lot to improve if we want to be a serious contender.
Toby, Steelers, Pats. I know he was watching again.
This team isn't a Super Bowl team. Phone calls were made in this game. The amount of fumbles that I see.
Oh my God.
Yo, it was fumble mania, bro. And we were still in the game. We were supposed to be blowing them out. And I remember they was about to score one time. Drake May got kicked off in the end zone. That was clutch. I was happy. I was like, yeah, now we're gonna kick on them. But we won the game by a touchdown. The defense, the reason the defense isn't good is the coordinators. It is the coordinators. We have the highest paid defense. Our defense is supposed to be better this year than it was last year. And overall, over the years, our main thing with our defense has been getting pressure on the quarterback. TJ getting sacks. I think he did get a sack this game. But our secondary, the way we cover people isn't good. That's why on third down, that shit always happens. They get the yards, 15, 16-yard catches. It's because of the coverage. So, this team is in a championship team. I'm happy about A-Rod. I was telling y'all in the group chat before the season even started, A-Rod, he had an Achilles year. You have to give quarterbacks, after the Achilles year, you have to give them another year. And he's looking better. But the team is letting him down. We don't have a true number two wide receiver. Even though, what's his name? Calvin, is it Austin? No.
Calvin Austin.
Calvin Austin. He's playing good. He has a good start to the season, but we still need a true number two. Offensive line has to get better. Defense needs to improve. The defense isn't good enough. It's been we let Justin Fields look like Dan Marino, bro. He was tearing us up. Justin Fields, who the very next week got destroyed by the Bills. Absolutely destroyed. Like Mike Tomlin's on the hot seat, bro. I don't care. He has to win this year. He has to do something about that defense, bro. This is unacceptable. Did
they have like 5 turnovers in that game?
Against the Patriots. Bro, the calls were made. I seen the last 2 weeks.
Calls were made.
What happened with the Jets and what happened with the Seattle Seahawks when Kenneth Walker just running all over us, ran that shit in. He didn't even get touched that play, bro. If you go, he didn't get touched. He ran that thing in. That's not Steelers football, bro. So Mike Tomlin, bro, you are on the hot seat. Do something about this defense. Our defense hasn't been great in a while. We haven't been a great defense in a while. So shout out to A-Rod because I'm happy.
Sure.
He's the bright spot of the team.
Sure, what's your thoughts, man, on our Steelers and
yeah, I'm getting it all from the inside. And the inside is all Steelers fans on this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, shit. I didn't really see too much of that game.
Yeah.
Or the score. And it shows me that, I mean, I don't know if they have any run game. It don't seem like they do. Because the offensive line isn't that great. I said that. I feel like I said that coming in. That's why I've been saying that. I've been saying because, right, if it ain't just get Aaron Rodgers right, the line ain't right. You get what I'm saying? So, right, if he don't get no time, he can't produce the way maybe he should be. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? And, right, the defense is disappointed me because I thought they was going to be crazy. They getting an ass kicked right now. Now, the Patriots is kind of a vanilla, is not that great of a high-powered offense either. You get what I'm saying? I don't see them being a great offense. So, and they got to go against a lot of great offense, like in the AFC, to be able to get to where y'all want to get to at the end of the day. You talk about even the Chargers, the Chiefs, I don't know about the Chiefs right now, but they will be. But the Ravens, the Bills, they have to improve on defense if they want to be the team that they want to be. And as far as the Patriots, I mean, I don't know what they are yet.
The offensive line, like Toby's got to get better. Rodgers can still throw the ball, but he's immobile. He should be. He's 40-something years old right now. And he can't. That's why he's always on his back. He can't get away. They got to get a little bit better to hold up for him. And they're right, second receiver. I mean, Austin's not that bad. He's just small, a bit. In the running game, like Jordan said, do got to be better. With the Patriots, I thought it would be a little better this season. People had to go to the playoffs a lot of different places. So I'm surprised about Drake May, is he it? Is he not it? I guess they're still trying to figure it out. You probably need more receivers, though, on that team over there. But, I guess we'll see. Let's move on, man, since we got rid of the trash Raiders. Let's talk about the Packers and the Browns, man. Surprising game of the weekend. Packers actually lost to the Browns. Go ahead, Joe. You want to start that?
I'm not that surprised. I think teams sleep on the Browns defense. This is a game to where the Packers couldn't go in there and bully the Browns offensively. And I think that the people are sleeping on how good the Browns defense actually is because of that 40-point game that the Ravens had put on them, which was more so like a lot of fluky plays, more so at the end of the game. I think that they kind of, when they started getting going, but because the offense didn't do shit. But if they could get better quarterback play, I mean, Joe Flacco's not playing that bad, but I think it's going to be a better team if they can get some more out of the QB spot. And I'm going to be all honest with the Browns. I still think the Packers are a good team. These games are going to happen throughout the course of the season for a good team, in my opinion. Now, if they want to get to, I think, like I said, the tier where we're at, they should have probably won that game. Jordan Love shouldn't have thrown that interception at the end of the game.
That was a bad pick, bro.
Bad pick. It was a really, really good play by the defense, though. It was a good play by the defender. But that's probably the knock on the Packers, which is why they won't get into that tier, because people won't trust Jordan Love.
There you go.
In the clutch scenarios, because they have everything that they need. So it's just up to him to make the plays when needed. So I still think they're a good team. I don't think, like I said, I honestly just think the Eagles are in a tier of our own. But I think the Packers, Lions, Bucks, Rams are right below us.
Toby, next week we're gonna do the power rankings next week. Toby, your thoughts on the Packers
this was a shocking game.
Oh, calls were made again? I don't know.
It was calls were definitely made. We're gonna get to that.
All right,
this was a shocking game because I do think the Browns defense is good, but I didn't think they would hold down the Packers to 10 points. For the first half, I think it was 3-0, 3-3, the 10-3. Like the whole game was basically a defensive game for the most part, and it turned into a game that the Browns, that's the type of game they like. Defensive game, keep it close,
right,
and then they can steal the W. And Jordan Love just made some mistakes, at critical moments, and then guess what? There was another blocked field goal. We had another blocked field goal this week. Calls were made. It happened out of nowhere, but good W for the Browns. I don't think they'll really be a threat. They're going to be the Browns. They're going to be competitive some games, but they're not going to the offs. Jordan Love and the Packers. If I'm trying to lock them up going forward, especially with I know they lost one of their receivers. I think it was last week, so he didn't play this week. Yeah, but if I'm trying to lock them up, I'm watching this film because they got absolutely clamped. I mean, Jordan Love didn't do anything really. 10 points, pedestrian performance at the end of the day. Good W for the Browns, but Green Bay. This shows me when Jordan said they're in a tier of their own. I laughed, but in reality, in my opinion, they really might be because the Packers just lost to the Browns and they got clamped up. I don't think the Eagles get clamped up like that because maybe Saquon makes a magical play or AJ makes a crazy play. They get the points on the board to win that game, in my opinion. So, they have to bounce back with some impressive performances for me to, believe in them again.
Your thoughts, Daryl?
Yeah, this was two great defenses two good defense matchup. I already shared my thoughts about the Packers defense. I know I always like to kind of keep the Browns in their place as far as the AFC North bottom feeder, but I can't hate. Their defense is playing lights out so far, other than that game against the Ravens. I feel like that that contributed to how the game played out. I love what I saw from my guy Judkins. 18 carry, 94 yards. Took over that backfield in an instant. Second game already almost at 100 yards. So like what I've seen from him, it's just a quarterback play as always is going to keep them at bay or limited. Flacco, he's a serviceable guy right now. He's not going to make the plays in that type of game. That's going to be the difference. I feel like for them, their only hope was running game and playing good defense. And actually they won. I'm talking about they lost, but I'm thinking about they still lost, but because they're still always the Browns. But it was a good game for them. Surprising victory. I mean, if you look at it, if they're a field goal kicker away from being 2-1 and tied for the division right now. So I got to give credit when credit is due. I'm not going to put too much stock on the Packers for this game. Really, because I before the game, they kept on making a big deal how Josh Jacobs was about to break a record for most consecutive games with a rushing touchdown. Whenever they do that, hype up a record like that before the game, it never comes through. So I kind of saw a slow game from him. Jordan Love, he did kind of make that big mistake at the end of the game, but I feel like that's one of his few mistakes so far this year. Last year, it was right from the beginning in that Eagles game last year, just making bad decisions, and it carried out throughout the rest of the year. So I feel like he's better in that area. I like what I saw from the rookie Matthew Golden. He stepped up, but not enough. They still I don't know. I mean, we keep back week to week as far as I keep thinking like they don't need a number one, but sometimes they do as far as like having that dynamic guy just makes winning so much easier, especially if the running game isn't there. So really just the two great defenses, but it's how the game played out for me. I'm not I still have Packers in that top tier in the NFC for now. But I like I got to give credit to the Browns. I'm not gonna say I like what I saw because they still the Browns, but hey, credit was credit is due.
I mean, the thing is, Golden's supposed to be that number one now, but I think the Browns. I think they got like a top scoring defense. The Browns are getting
defense in the league right now.
Yeah, and Myles Garrett, man, he's just so good.
Best defensive player in the league, hands down.
Bro, he's so, yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm sorry, bro. Myles Garrett is a beast. Yeah. But Flacco, that last drive was actually good for Flacco. You know what I mean? I think he's trying to hold off the rookies, Flacco. You know what I mean? And getting a win, because definitely help him out with that. I think they're Stefanski. I guess I think he likes Flacco. The Packers disappointed though, man. You got to win these games if you want to be elite, like you said, Jordan. Elite, be a Super Bowl contender, like they were talking about. They're talking about going undefeated before last week. The Packers, like, you got to win these games. Even when it's a tough defense, hard play, you got to figure out a way to win. Jordan Love, I don't feel like is quite there yet. He's the whole thing for them. Can you trust him? Where you throw the pick, where he leads you to victories. I don't think he's actually shown it yet. I actually trust Goff more than I trust Jordan Love, to be honest with you. And I think Detroit's overall better to me. So that's why I'm saying I feel like they're closer than the Packers are. But I think the Packers up there. I just think that Jordan Love is, I don't know, man, with him yet. Like, it's just, he hasn't taken the next step yet. I guess the best way for me to, because we're like, I trust that he's going to be elite like every game. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that he is like, they got a defense, like you said. They actually got a running back. They got a plethora of receivers. It's all about him and what and they got a good play caller. You know what I mean? So it's really, what he going to do. Real quick, these last couple. I'm gonna let Daryl. What's up with your Falcons getting shut up by the Panthers?
Yeah, I had this game in the corner as far as like YouTube TV setup. just watching that score keep going up. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Again, I had no words for this game. I mean, Penix was horrible. Bijan, I mean, he got his over 100 yards from scrimmage, so nothing changed with him. I mean, he's just too good of a player than I have a game where he doesn't show up. But it was just overall bad game from the Falcons. All three phases, they changed kickers, and the new kicker is missing kicks. So I don't know what it is with. I'm still holding on hope for them to win the division. Maybe they just bury. It's like a game where they just bury the ball and move on. But I don't know. I mean, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see the regression like that from a week to week base from Penix. I like what I saw towards the end of the year from him and how he started this year. And that's what made me kind of pick them to win the division. But I'm not sure. I mean, I don't pay too much attention to the Panthers. I don't know who they got on defense as far as what contributed to that, but it's on. I put this all on Falcons as far as this is a division game too. So this is just bad showing. Gotta give credit to Bryce Young. I mean, 120 yards, no touchdowns, but no bad decisions that can keep the once you put your foot on neck on the other team. He didn't make any bad decisions to keep them in the game. Chuba had a good game. But this is just a weird game. Like they get shut out at the division game by I don't want to say bottom feeding team, but a team through a rebuild. It was a tough day, but they're gonna put this behind it. They're gonna move on. They still got 2 games against the Bucks. I think 2 games against the Bucks, so
You got one.
they can one. Oh, they already played. That's
They
right.
lost
But
to the Bucks.
they still got some games against the Saints. That's the easy win. They can get back against the Panthers again. So I still got hopes for them for coming out on top of that division.
Why Toby keep shaking his head about it?
He's talking about this hope with them, bro. They got shut out by the Panthers. He's talking about easy win against the Saints. The Saints might beat them. They got
And
shut
they
out
ain't
by
get
the
shut out
Panthers.
like they got shut out 30 to nothing, not 10 nothing.
Nothing.
30 to
Nothing,
nothing.
bro.
Which is
The Panthers. With Bryce Young. Did you say Bryce Young didn't even have a touchdown?
no.
And they put up
21 yards.
30 points. That was a shocking result. That was another one that I had on my parlay with the Packers game. I was more shocked by this game. 30-0 to the Panthers, bro. You would have thought the Panthers were you thought it was that team. You don't beat teams 30-0. Like you gotta be a good team to blow out a team 30-0. You know what I'm saying? And the Panthers are blowing you out 30-0. That's a very bad sign. Hopefully the quarterback, Michael, he could turn it up. But I'm not expecting much from him because he's basically a rookie in my eyes. He's basically a rookie. But this is the path that they decided to go down with. So your rookie got shut out. 0 points to the Panthers. One of the worst, in my eyes, still one of the worst teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So terrible loss.
What's your thoughts, real quick, Jordan, on the? Do you believe in the Falcons still, or what?
Terrible.
I don't know why he's been win division. That's crazy.
I just want to stay with my pick. So I hope I'll be right at the end. That's all.
Good. Last one we're gonna talk about real quick: Niners Cardinals. Your thoughts on this game, Toby?
I didn't really watch this game. I just seen it at the side, the scoreboard and the side of on the screen. Mac Jones. Mac Jones beat Kyler Murray. The only thing I took from this game is Kyler Murray isn't that guy, and I'm hearing Marvin Jones Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. He's dropping a lot of passes. He's not looking really good on the Cardinals, so they might need to do a rebuild because Kyler, even if Marvin Harrison Jr. isn't that guy, and they lost James Conner, that's the biggest news out of this game. But you just got outplayed by Mac Jones. You just lost to Mac Jones as the quarterback they beat you guys 16-15. So where are the Cardinals? They're going to be in another irrelevant year. That's what I'm seeing already. They're not even at 100%, and you're losing like that. So Marvin Harrison, he needs to step it up. He needs to be better. He's been a disappointment so far. Like he started out hot last year, but then he was cold, decent, fell off a cliff. This year he's starting out the same. He's starting out trash. So I wish him the best, but bad loss for the Cardinals. Kyler, mediocre.
Yeah. Jordan, why don't you end it up talking about the Chargers and the Broncos if you say anything about that game?
Well, see, I mean, this was a decent game against 2 decent teams. I don't think Denver is ass.
No.
Bo Nix, if Bo Nix makes a few more accurate passes for touchdowns, the Broncos beat them by double digits.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the Broncos are going to be a team to be fucked with, and I think the Chargers are going to be a team to be fucked with. Bo Nix got to put it together. You get what I'm saying? That's all. He's still young. He was a rookie last year. It's a sophomore year. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be up to him. They have the team to be able to do it. I think their weapons are a little bit underappreciated. I think Courtland Sutton is still a good receiver. I think Marvin Mims is turning into a real decent number 2. And they have, tight ends. You know what I'm saying? And they have a decent running back. They have J.K. Dobbins and the rookie R.J. Harvey. So I don't think they lack any talent than any maybe. I mean, I get other teams have other better, players. But, I'm not going to say that he doesn't have any skill players, to be able to make it work. So he just got to put it together. But the Chargers are the Chargers. They're going to win those mucky up kind of games against a division foe. You get what I'm saying? Justin Herbert's been there and done it before. And we're going to see how both these teams play out. We'll see if they both make the playoffs.
All right, cool, man. All right, well, Jeff not here, so the pick comes. I do got him last week. I think Cincinnati was the telltale game. I think who had Cincinnati? I think you had Cincinnati, right, Daryl? I think. What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. So Daryl, we all had Philly and Baltimore, all of us, except for Daryl had Cincinnati and Toby had Cincinnati. Me and Jordan had Minnesota. So that was the difference in that situation. At the end of it, Daryl, you 4-5. Jordan, you 4-5. Toby, you 3-5. I'm how you 3-5? I ain't enough games. I don't know what the fuck Jeff doing. But anyway, I'm he must be 4-5. And I'm 5-4, back up top where I belong. Whatever. This week we got got it already. We got he put Bucks, Eagles, Cardinals, Seahawks, and Colts, Rams.
Let me go.
Go ahead.
Eagles. Seahawks. Rams.
Are you back on the Rams?
I mean,
all right. Daryl?
I'm going to go Eagles. I'm going to go Seahawks. They've been actually kind of dominant a few times so far this year. And that's a good game, that last one. I'm gonna roll with the Colts. I like what I see from them so far. They've been dominant too a few times. I'm gonna roll with the Colts.
Indiana Jones over there. Toby?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles, Seahawks, and Rams.
So I'm gonna go Eagles, Seahawks too on that because I don't trust Kyler. And that Rams Colts is actually a good hard game.
Yeah.
I think the Rams bounced back. I think that was they played the Super Bowl champs, and they barely lost. So I think they bounced back and they beat the Colts, come back down to earth. So thank you all for coming on, Toby. Good to have you back, man. Jordan, appreciate you always. All right here, man. Jeff, you missed out, but we'll see you on the next one. Everybody who's watching, like, comment, and subscribe. For all of us here, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
All right.